costumes of the play.
Okay. Yeah,
A bit American dance music started to become popular, but still quite a number of waltzes were written at the beginning of the 20th century, and this happened rather early in Benatsky's career. The White Horse was written a lot later. This is from 1915, so during First World War. And there is also a good reason why songs like this were written. Of course, at first people were very eager to go to war, and they thought they would beat the Serbs and then the Allies within very short time. But soon they found out that it just wouldn't happen this way, and that they very soon became war-weary. And so this is more or less escapist stuff. So they wanted to think of something nice and just close their eyes and think of wine, of girls, of song, and well, this is just.
They look like a. Don't look Viennese. Look like.
No, because what it reads. This is a Hitz und kostet nicht viel. That's how it goes on. It's fun and it doesn't cost much. The music is by Hermann Leopoldi, and he is a tragic figure because, like many other composers and texters of the popular Viennese song, he was of Jewish origin, and during Nazi reign he was deported. He wanted to leave Austria just one day before the Anschluss, but to Czechoslovakia, but the border was closed, and the Czechs did that, and so he had to go back to Vienna, and there he was seized by the Nazis and deported to prison camps, and among several prison camps you've seen, one of them is Auschwitz, and he composed the famous Auschwitz March. Of course, this is a very different genre from this, well, light music. One of the popular composers of the Viennese song and of film music, which accompanied some very popular movies, of course not Hollywood movies, but Austrian movies, which are called, this whole genre is called Heimatfilm, or with a local touch, and well, and this is not from one of those movies. I mean, for instance, I don't know whether you've heard Mariando. This is one of his most popular songs, but it is not a real Viennese song because it is set in the Wachau district, where they also have some very, very nice wine, world famous white wine, Grüner Veltliner, Riesling, and well. Oh yes, Viennese wine is, not Viennese wine, Austrian wine is very very high quality, especially white wine, and it's wincing, bottle home, of course inebriated, and so it's the dachshund who knows his way home and leads his master. So also very Applaus, the wine fretter. You may have heard of this pest, which destroyed the vineyards in all of Europe at the end of the 19th century, and this is why vines have been imported from the United States, and they are much tougher, and they support the various types of wine which are just being somehow, I don't know, put on top of these, I don't know exactly how they do it, but they manage to do it very well. Anyway,
so the roots of the vines are from the States?
Yes.
So yes. It's Viennese wine, but
Well,
American origins.
wine the same way the wine freighter does. I am so close to the wine, I embrace it, and I cannot be separated from it. And this is more or less the gag in this song. But how did it become a legend? You know that after the Second World War, Vienna was occupied by the Allied forces. And, well, Austria had a government, but it was not really a sovereign state. Just like Germany was parted into 4 zones, 3 were united into Western Germany later. Get the Russians to sign this treaty, or agreeing to having this treaty being written out. And there was a caricature in one of the Austrian newspapers at that time, when it finally happened, showing the 2 leading statesmen of that time, Julius Raab, the Chancellor, and the Foreign Minister Fiegel, Leopold Fiegel. And one is saying to the other, and now for the Reblaus, for this very song, and then they'll soften up. And yes, there is this story that they had more or less a drinking contest. The Austrians and the Russians, and especially Fiegel, could take a lot of wine, really a lot. And that it was he who won in this contest. The Russians going beneath the table, and Leopold Fiegel still standing, perhaps a little shakily, but, well, again, Prince Eugene of